how was it in terms of your dad, your mom's second husband, in terms of his dementia?
I think we noticed it early on, but I did verify things with mom. So it really became serious in 2016. Mom had to have open heart surgery, so we had to put him in a facility because there wasn't anybody else to help take care of him, as brothers and sisters were all across the United States. So that doesn't help a lot. When she got out, it had advanced, and in 2 years he was gone. But dealing with it, I think that one of the more difficult things for me, and again, because you're talking family, was watching. Dad wasn't necessarily always the easiest person to talk with, but now there was this violent, I call it, side to him. And you're trying to grasp that. How did this appear? What made this come out? And there was a point where he pushed furniture up against the door to keep people out. He broke family pictures because he didn't know who they were and why they were in his room. Trying to feed him and dress for him and care for him was very challenging. There were a lot of issues at the nursing home over that. And then my mom called me, and I went back to Illinois when things really started, seemed to be going down quickly. And they allowed they allowed a nurse who was 8 months pregnant to take on my dad that day, and dad got violent and he knocked her down and hurt her. And so they automatically transferred him an hour away to a lockdown facility. They call them behavioral lockdowns for them. And in a week, he just started deteriorating. They brought him into the hospital after a hospital close to that location, and they did a series of tests that they should not have ever done. There was no reason for him, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor, but it's my opinion. And within 2 weeks, it was pretty much over, because the doctor had told us that they could get the blood pressure or the blood sugar to balance, but he was going to come back every 2 weeks. It would not stay balanced. They weren't able to do that. And it was
Did
at
he
that.
have diabetes as well? Oh, okay. That was
Yes.
the sugar related to that. But
Yes.
yeah, yeah, he was not the same after that transfer to that
Mm-mm.
lockdown facility and being sick.